Hello, YouTube family. Been another one of them do-nothing days. I've been thinking about something that I did on Christmas Day, 1949. How many of you can say that you can remember what you were doing on Christmas Day over 70 years ago? I remember this day. I remember what I got on that Christmas Day. We was living in Norfolk, Virginia. My mom and dad wasn't divorced yet. They didn't divorce till 1951. But on that Christmas Day, I got 2 cap guns, shot caps and holsters, a cowboy shirt, a cowboy hat, and I also got something they called, it was a pump pellet gun. It shot little pellets, little lead bullets, but you had to pump it up. You had a thing, you pumped it up, you got pressure, then you could shoot it. Now, my thinking, why would you get a kid something that would shoot tiny little bullets and you couldn't kill a person with it, but you could hurt cats, you could hurt birds, you could kill them. Well, I immediately went out showing the friends in the neighborhood with my pellet gun. And oh, pain in my foot. Gee whiz. Did I take gabapentin? Wow. Nurse come today and put a new bandage on my foot. I found that if I keep my feet elevated when I'm laying in the bed, I sleep better. I don't have much foot pain. But anyway, back to my story. So I was out showing this thing off, and I was just shooting it in the air and stuff like that. Boy, gee whiz, foot pain. But I was out there in the neighborhood, oh man, sharp pain. And all of a sudden, somebody said, there's a bird over there, shoot it. Well, I didn't really know how to aim that thing properly, you know. So I had it pumped up, and the birds was over there. They was in the yard. They was eating away at something in the yard. I don't know what, some kind of seed or something. There was 2 or 3 of them. And they were robins. You know, it had that orange breast on them, you know. And I had it pumped up, and I pointed it over there in that direction. And I shot, and lo and behold, I hit one of those birds. Killed it. For no reason, no point, nothing. Just killed the bird. And there happened to be a little girl's mama standing over there, and she saw that. Well, the instant I killed it, I felt remorse. And the mama, oh man, maybe I'm getting punished right now for killing that little bird. But the mama went over there and picked up that bird. It wasn't quite dead yet. It was trying to move. It was flapping its wings. And man, I was feeling bad. And the mama, she kept saying how awful that was and why did I do that. And she was hoping, she said, I hope it doesn't happen to a little baby somewhere in a nest. Oh boy. Lord, am I getting punished now for that? Gee whiz. Well, that woman, hold on just a minute. Well, that woman, she just kept on after me about that. And I was really feeling bad. And then all of a sudden, I started crying and saying, I'm sorry. And that's the day in my life that taught me not to harm or kill or hurt something for no reason at all. I remember that all my life. Yeah, I was crying. And you know what? I never pumped that pellet gun up and loaded it again. I didn't play with it or nothing. It just laid in the house. I don't know whatever happened to it. Oh, I've often wondered, you know, I was in the military for 6 years. I've often wondered if we'd have ever went to involved in some kind of an armed conflict or something. Could I have shot a human being? Of course, there'd be a reason, because they're an enemy. And why are they an enemy? Why? What makes them an enemy? Because our government says so. And I got a lot of mixed feelings about that. And with all the conflict that's going on in the world today, it's not us, the ordinary people, that do that. It's the people that's running the country. Sure, there's legitimate reasons to go to war, like in December 7th, 1941, when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor and killed over 2,000 Americans. I even had an uncle that died in that. He was on the Arizona. And right to this day, the memorial plaque that's out there that sits straddled Arizona, my uncle's name is on that plaque. And if you ever get a close look at it, look for the name Pearson, and it's on there. But that incident with the bird changed my way of thinking that day in a lot of ways. But I've never forgot that. And sometimes I think maybe that bird had a nest somewhere with baby birds in it. And as the mama bird's not living, wow, she can't be taking food to them babies. And if it had babies in there, and I killed her, how many generations of that family of birds did I destroy? But now that I think about it, I never played with guns that much after that at all. The toy guns and stuff. But just makes me think. Today I killed the robin. No, I didn't think I would have hit it, but you don't shoot at something unless it's a target, something, but you don't shoot at something that's living. Without taking a chance of actually killing it. Maybe you didn't have the intent to kill it. I didn't have the intent to kill that robin. I was just showing off with my new pellet gun. And the mama said, "Why did you kill it? Did you want to kill it?" No, I was crying, man. I was really upset. And some of the kids around there started calling me the bird killer. And even at school, the bird killer. I killed a bird. And I think you probably legally you should get in trouble today by shooting little birds and stuff like that for no reason at all, unless it's a game bird and you're hunting. But never was a hunter after that. I couldn't shoot a deer. I couldn't shoot a squirrel. I couldn't shoot a rabbit. Now all my cousins, they were hunters. They were hunters. You know, we'd go hunting, and I'd go along, they'd pop a shotgun in my arm, and we'd be hunting squirrel. And every once in a while out in the woods, I'd shoot off a round so they'd think I was seeing the squirrel and shooting at it. And actually, I was just shooting in the air just to make them think I was hunting. I'd even do that with rabbits. I'm not a hunter. I'm not a hunter. And I eat meat. I know a chicken's got to die for me to have some chicken. Cows or bulls or whatever, they got to die for me to have a steak. But human beings are predators. We raise billions of chickens, pigs, cows, you know, we raise them for no other reason than to slaughter them and eat them. So, but I was raised eating meat, especially hogs and chickens, and occasionally beef. I had beef today for supper. I had chicken at lunch for chicken pot pie. I love vegetables. It wouldn't be hard for me to be a vegetarian. But if you go vegetables and no meat, you gotta know your foods, because there's certain things, certain proteins and stuff you need. But it is what it is. But my dad-in-law, he would catch trout, something we call snowbirds. I don't know what kind of bird it was, but he'd set traps for them out in the yard. And he'd be sitting in the house looking out the window with a long string attached to a thing holding this box up, and they'd be feeding seed under that box, that's where that box is sitting. And when them snowbirds would be up under that box eating, he'd pull that string and catch them snowbirds. And they weren't big. And he'd take and wring their, when he'd get it, he'd just wring their neck and then make a little cut along their chest there and reach in there and then pull out the breast. Just pull it out. And cook them things and eat them. I couldn't do that. But some of them folks up in the mountain were different. They always had dogs. And at some point, for whatever reason, they get tired of a particular dog. They had a dog named Cleo. He was some kind of a hound. And they always went hunting with him and stuff. And one day they decided it was time for Cleo to go. And we were sitting there eating breakfast one morning, and somebody asked Eddie, said, "You taking Cleo up on the hill today?" And he said, "Yeah." But I didn't know what they was talking about. Well, directly he went out, got Cleo like they was going hunting, and Cleo loved to hunt. And up the cove they went. He got up there on the mountain, and all of a sudden you hear a gunshot. He done shot and killed Cleo. And I've seen my brother-in-law, Steve, I've seen him many times take a dog up on the mountain and shoot him. And they wouldn't bury him enough, they'd leave him laying. How can you do that? I can't do that. I just... But that's just me. But I ain't never forgot that Christmas Day in 1949. And kids talked about that a lot back then. Oh, he killed a little bird. He killed a little baby. All of a sudden it was a baby bird. Well, it wasn't a baby bird. It was a full-grown bird. But somehow or other they was calling it a baby bird. By the way, yesterday's video I said I fixed my charger. It was working. Well, when I said it was working, I had it plugged up, and the power light was on, and the flashing light was flashing like it does when it's charging. But it's not charging anything. So I called the VA today. I had my daughter call them, leave a message. So, I'm going to get out there tomorrow and see if I can get all the electrical stuff and get some of them little fan motors and stuff took apart, because I want to sell all that stuff. I still haven't got my money from YouTube yet. I thought I would have it by now. I hope they're not playing games again. I've got about $110 or $15 over. I'm over my threshold. My threshold is $100. So maybe it'll show up tomorrow. I need to get that other computer. It did its thing again this morning. There was an error in something and it says it's gathering files and we will restart your computer. And every time it does that, I get scared it's not going to come back on. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to get out there and work with them wires somewhat. Today is today Saturday or... No, today is... What is today? Today is Monday. April Fool's Day. Yesterday was Easter. I didn't even know yesterday was Easter. I don't know what's going on half the time anymore. But anyway, I got the odds. That's my story about Christmas Day 1949. I killed a bird. I wonder about is that day, is that what made me where I don't like to kill animals? Shoot, one day, 4 or 5 years ago, before I really got attached to Bailey, I decided I wanted to take her down to the animal shelter and give her up for adoption. And I got her loaded up. In the car and headed down to the animal shelter. It's a no-kill animal shelter. Got up there, I got out of the car and I said, I've got a dog I want to give up for adoption. And they said, well, bring her in. So I went out to the car to get her, and she was bouncing around and glad to see me get back in the car and all that. And I got in there and started to grab her. I couldn't do it. And I'm so glad I didn't. We hadn't had her long. Hadn't had her long. And we're sitting here with all these cats. The one dog is Bailey, and we're sitting here with all these cats. And really, the only 2 cats out of the 9 we got that I like or I'm attached to, and I got this big old red chunky laying over here on my bed. I like him. But I'm only attached to Diamond and Houdini. And Reese and Ash, I just wish they'd disappeared. They're the 2 problem cats we got. Now, Dahmer, he gets seizures and stuff. And I feel so bad for him. But these others, we don't need them. We can't afford them. Can't afford them. And I've noticed a lot of poor people, and I consider us poor people, a lot of people that can't afford to take care of pets like they need to be taken care of has a lot of pets. Maybe it's because they can't afford to take them and get them fixed. I don't know. But we got 2 here, Reese and Ash, the 2 that had kittens. Ash is not, well, it was, she wasn't ours. She belonged to my middle grandson. He never took her with him, and he never bothered to get her fixed. And Reese, I don't know what the reason was behind that. But all the cats we got except these 3 kittens that we got right now, it's not cats that were born to us. It's cats that was got somewhere else and brought here. The 3 kittens are here, and they're weaned now, and they're running around, and there's so many places they can. Oh man, I gotta get me a drink. Get me a drink. We can't afford them, but we got them. Anyhow, I remember exactly what I was doing on Christmas Day, 1949. That was over 70 years. That was about 73 years ago. I was sure proud of that gun. And why in the world would anybody give an 8 or 9-year-old kid a pellet gun? Those are not toys. You can hurt somebody. You can put a, and BB guns, and I had a BB gun one time. I got in trouble with that thing. Accidentally shot somebody with it, hit him on the arm. A Red Ryder shotgun, and I can't remember what Christmas that was. Might have been 1948. Red Ryder BB gun. Okay, folks. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it. I hope my YouTube money comes tomorrow. I had somebody left, Barbara left me $30 on my tip jar, and that put me with a little bit more than I needed to buy the computer with the, I had to put it with the YouTube money when it gets here. If YouTube's playing games again of some kind, I might not get it till next month. I don't know. But a couple times people say they left money on my tip jar and it never shows up. So I don't know what's up with that. But I'm going to try to get my electric wires and stuff all together and get it took to the scrapyard, get that money. And then put it in a drawer and sit on it till it got enough to get that computer. If I don't know, it's just if YouTube money hits and I got enough. But anyhow, folks, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And thank y'all so much. So much. Oh, by the way, I keep doing that. Most of my loyal subscribers that watch my videos are the ladies, and they're over 65. That's the highest amount of group of people that watch my videos is the ladies over 65. Then there's the next group that's around 50 plus. And then it goes right on down the line till you get a little thing about somebody in their 20s. That's interesting. All right, folks. That's it this time. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'll see you in the next one. See you, folks. All right. GoPro, start recording.